Today we are playing around with Evil Eyes. I'm here with an Evil Eye deck that I had built a while back, and it's largely for fun. Evil Eyes is a for fun archetype. I tried to do a lesson to play Evil Eye stream where I would learn to play the deck with you guys, but my internet just was not having it that day. And so I ended up just learning the deck on my own, and it's a fun deck. It's definitely, it's more about the fun than about its like meta potential or anything like that. You can make some cool untargetable monsters, and I'm sure there's other things that you can do and tinker around with. I made this build entirely by myself, and it's not optimal. I know that because there's a few cards that I have in here just because I think that they're fun. So Evil Eyes are all about reducing your own life points to activate your card effects and everything, and like that's a cool gimmick. And there's a lot of like Ghost Bell and like Ash Blossom-esque hand traps that never see a lot of use. For example, Ghost Sister. During either player's turn, discard this card, apply this effect. Now, each time your opponent special summons an effect monster during this turn, you gain life points equal to its attack points, which is so useless in every other situation, and a lot of the time in this situation as well. I mean, it helps you stall for if you don't draw anything, and if you don't draw into anything, you'd be better off with a Max C or an Ash Blossom most likely. But I find this fun. I'm writing, a lot of you probably know this. I'm currently in the process of working on a Webtoon, where the characters play a form of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's its own thing, but I conceptualized the deck list in Master Duel over here, and so because it's supposed to be like an anime-esque thing where it's for a story, this character plays 3 copies of the Ghost Sister, and it's this fun gimmick because it's like, oh, if you don't special summon it at all, yes, you're naked, but your opponent loses half their life points as well as part of it, as part of the card's effect. So it's just a fun thing. We're gonna hop into some duels with the actual deck that I'm playing and just have fun with that. Now, this deck has a lot of interesting potential. It has a lot of interesting options. You've got monster destruction, you've got monster negates, you've got untargetable monsters. You can make big boss monsters. There's a little bit of swarm potential where you can like, okay, rank 3 XE spam. Spam is the wrong word. I just have found some fun interactions that I personally like that work out for me. We didn't open cracked here, so we can't really do any of the things that I wanted to, but we can normal summon this guy, right? Sergio, the Watcher of the Evil Eye, is one of the best starters in the deck because it can search out the entire archetype. So if I normal summon this, I've got the Evil Eye of Gorgonio. So what I'll do is, I could just get myself an Evil Eye of Selene and call it there. I don't want to do that. I want to be different. I'm built different. I'm a little bit extra like that. So I am going to add this to my hand and special summon it in defense position. Now, what this card does is, it lets me send a card from my deck to the graveyard. The card that I'm going to send is Evil Eye of Gorgonio because I'm probably saying it wrong, but what that card does is, if it's in the graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard and search out your deck for an Evil Eye of Selene, for example. So I'm going to send one Gorgonio from my hand to the graveyard, banish one from the graveyard, have a search ready for next turn, and get myself an Evil Eye of Selene. Or I could get a draw off of this, to be honest with you. I could just get a draw off of this. It depends on what I want to do. Now, this is not the most busted open that we could have with this deck. I will not tell a lie, but it's something. What I'm going to opt to do here, I'm just going to link 2. So I'm going to make a Gorgon Empress. Now, if I equip Evil Eye of Selene onto my Sergio, it'll have the quick effect to destroy my opponent's monsters. And after that, I have to destroy one of my own cards, which is cool and everything. But if I equip it onto this, I have an untargetable Link monster that has the ability to negate cards as a quick effect, which I just prefer. Now, in higher ranks, ending a board on 1 negate probably won't get you very far, but we're in gold right now. I'm experimenting with the gold rank currently for more fun-based decks and everything, but so far gold rank has been disappointing me. I have not been getting that heat that I'm looking for, right? I have not been getting that heat that I've been looking for in gold rank. Like, it has largely been memes, and people always tell me that, oh, you know, when you get to platinum, it stops being fun. You run into meta this, you get slapped with meta that. My leg got amputated, something like that, something along those lines. Anyway, like this, like the set pass, right? That's not my personal experience in platinum, but because I hear it so often, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm just lucky on my main account, and so on these secondary accounts, I've been so when I play on these decks, I'm like, okay, keep it in gold, you know, because if I go up to platinum and I can't get any, if I'm not having any fun duels, or if the deck isn't strong enough to compete in platinum, then I'm stuck there and I can't go back to make more content later on. But from what I've been seeing so far, I am best off. It's starting to feel like I really am best off just grinding up to platinum for these. What is this? What did I destroy? Exe's unit, double cipher. I can't even begin to imagine what you're trying to do. So we'll banish the Gorgonio, right? Now this card also activates in the graveyard, Catoblepus, right? We send this to the graveyard and it can summon itself back onto the field, and then on top of that I get my search, which is nice. I could get this to be able to bounce cards back to hand, or as a different option, I get myself another copy of the field spell. The reason why I would do that is because I can activate the second copy of the field spell here. It's once per turn, but this is a new turn. So I activate this and get myself another copy of Sergio, so I can do that thing that I was going to do before in terms of getting like any extra cards, boost up my attack because I've activated an Evil Eye spell and I've lost a few life points here. Normal summon this. So for every Evil Eye spell that I choose to activate here, I'm gonna lose some life points, but I'm also gonna gain some. Attack. So what I'm thinking to do is, what do I feel like doing here? Especially when a familiar Evil Eye token, I could get pretty big here. Hold on, I could get pretty big. I decided to be boring and just get myself another copy of Evil Eye Selene. I've decided I don't want the smoke in that way, at least not currently. I'm gonna set this face down. Now, the Evil Eye cards kind of shoot themselves in the foot because for whatever reason, I don't know if Konami thought that their effects were too powerful. Maybe at the time when they were released, they were too powerful. But how it's worked out is, if I activate Gorgon's effect to negate an effect on the field, in the standby phase of the next turn, it has to negate the effect of a card that it points to, which means that if I have any cards that I'm pointed to, i.e. if I've linked summoned something else, I have to negate my own effects, which means that you're effectively in a position where you can only have one of these cards at a time, which isn't all that good when you think about it, right? You want to be able to swarm the field with these things, but they kind of limit your plays in that way. So I'm going to summon this card from the graveyard, and I can make an Exe's play off of this, so I can start gaining life points back if I want to. I can do stuff and things. I will activate Evil Eye of Selene onto Sergio, and so that's the thing. Like if I were to put my Evil Eye of Selene, if I were to link summon here and put my Evil Eye of Selene on the link summon monster, it would be linked. They would be linked to each other. So if I activated either of their effects on my opponent's turn, I'd be at a disadvantage, which I really dislike about how the deck functions. At least I believe that's how it works. It's been a while since I played the deck, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to shoot yourself in the foot with this deck without really even meaning to, right? I can go through one of the card effects so you can read it yourself and see. I'm gonna send this to the graveyard because it can banish a card from the graveyard and add itself to my hand, but I'm pretty sure that's only from next turn. And then we will Exe summon into, we can make a Dante. We could let's make another negate. Let's make a Cicada. Right? So now I've got two cards. We've got two negates on the field. If ever I'm getting really low on life points, that's what some of the cards are there for. I didn't really go into the extra deck, as it were. I kind of just showcased what I had going on in the main. Swing it. Oh, you are beefy a little bit. Okay, I don't like the look of you. Let's activate this card. And get rid of you anyway. Alright, so and that's your defense position doesn't really work against this deck when you have that card on the field. And I end my turn. So what this card says is, long story short, if your opponent when a monster on the field activates its effect, detachable material from this card, negate that monster's effects, and the rest doesn't really matter. I can do other stuff and things, and I guess nothing matters because I win. GG's. But yeah, all that jazz that I was saying about the this is a good going second hand. We've got that disruption, we've got summons, we've got terraforming, so we have our starting play. It's gold rank. Oh yeah, I don't know if gold rank is it. I don't know. People have told me that they've gotten hard stuck in gold rank, and I was about to say I can understand that, but I don't think I can. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because like gold rank, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad for not being able to get out of gold rank. I had the benefit of lots of experience over a condensed period of time where like I have been drilled on different decks, on the mechanics of the game by virtue of being a content creator. So I learned a lot very quickly. Not everyone has that advantage. So if you get hard stuck, or if you're still in the process of learning the game, it's completely understandable to get stuck in gold rank. It's just having gotten that experience and then coming back down to gold rank, it's like, oh, well, I don't like it here. Right? This is actually a decent card though. Rivalry of Warlords. That's interesting. Maxi probably not going to be that useful, but that whole type restriction not going to be a problem for Evil Eyes. I don't care. Okay, Ash Blossom had to happen eventually. Now I have to stop this. I have to use this here because if I don't use this here, I can't start. I've already got Celine, which is good, which means that I can get myself something else. And I think I'm just gonna go Link to Celine pass. I think that's my whole play, right? I don't think I want to do anything. There isn't really anything too crazy that you're doing if you're playing pure Evil Eyes. Now, if you're playing a mixed deck with like other variations of other things in the deck, I don't know what that would look like, but you know, power to you. Live your best life, right? We activate the effect of Cerzio, and we search out of our deck. I'm pretty sure we're all fiends. I'm pretty sure everything in this deck, yeah, we're all fiends. Okay, cool. So, add Basilius to my hand, special summon you onto the field. We'll still send a Gorgonio to the graveyard, right? Because we know you don't know what you're gonna draw into later on. You might have a useless card at your disposal. So we can still send that, and also so we don't top deck it. It's not a bad card to have, it's just not as good as Celine, right? It's like your substitute Celine. Let's link to into you. Take you. Now, I could send Celine to the graveyard to get another Celine and then get that first Celine back next turn. Or I can just equip this Celine and call it a day. I don't feel like I need to while out like that. That feels like it's a bit much. That feels like it's a little bit much for my taste. And having a spell and trap negate, not the worst thing in the world. We got a Mantra negate here, spell and trap negate here, and we're untargetable and indestructible, so we're chilling. But yeah, and Zerzio as the Link 3, in my opinion, it's worse than the Link 2 because what this card does is quick effect, target one card your opponent controls, destroy it if you're equipped with Evil Eye of Celine. You can use this once per turn, so cool. It's a quick play destruction, but I would rather have that is bad, and it's a good thing that we kept this. It is a very good thing that we kept this card, dear Lord. Okay, so we'll negate that. Now, what I was saying about this card is once per turn during the next standby phase after this effect was activated, negate the effect of one effect monster this card currently points to, right? That's not an optional thing. You're forced to, I get a little boost, right? You're forced to do that, which means that if I've link summoned, if I've got 2 links on the field, obviously the card that was summoned first is going to be pointing to a monster underneath it. The monster underneath it doesn't necessarily have to be pointing to it. If I summon this second, it will, because it's just ignorant like that. Or rather, if I summon that first, it will. Actually, no, looking at it, no, you're just fundamentally ass, because if I summon this card first, if I summon this card first, and then I link this card over here, I link Gorgon over here, if I can use Gorgon's effect freely, right? Nothing will get negated, that's absolutely fine. But then if I use the effect of Zerzio, then I'm negating my Gorgon during the next turn, right? Which just doesn't feel good. And then if I summon this first, which you usually will because it's a Link 2, well, this one points down, this one points up, so you're just kind of stuck. So the archetype feels like they tried to they tried to go overboard when balancing it. It feels like they wanted this to be like overbalanced to a degree. I didn't need to do that, but I did it anyway. It feels like they wanted it to be overbalanced almost, to the point where it's just like, okay, they're not doing the crazy combos and spinning around. Like, give them support that doesn't hurt them in that way. Don't make them hurt themselves. Like, they hurt themselves with the life points already. Don't make them hurt themselves more. Oh! I didn't need to do it. I didn't need to do it. Oh, I didn't need to do it. I didn't need to have that Ash Blossom face down. That being said, though, it could have been a Kaiju. It could have literally been anything. It could have literally been anything, because that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. You never know where you're gonna find yourself. Battle phase. Why battle phase? Why battle phase? Main phase 2. If you have no other defenses, then you've just given. You might have had an extra turn, because I don't think I had 3,000 attack points. Yeah, you just lost yourself a turn, friend. You just lost yourself a turn. Well, actually, I would have activated this and then I would have had enough. So, I mean, you're dead either way, but, you know, behave. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wait, is this a fiend? I can be petty. I can be petty, but I won't. I can be petty, but I won't. I won't. I'ma just swing. Right? I could. His rivalry of the world. I can still summon my monsters. Which, hey, it's you can't always predict what you're gonna go up against. GG's to that, man. How long is this video? Yeesh, this video is already kind of long. Okay, we're gonna round up here. If you want to see more Evil Eye content, if you want to see me grind it up to platinum and play there where we face a few more like competitive decks and you get to see that, 200 likes on this video, right? It really lets me know that you want to see it because it's gonna take time. There's so many different decks that I'm playing, and grinding them up to platinum separately. I have to go in the direction that you guys, what you want to see the most is kind of where I'm going to be led, which is why I've started introducing like these little like goals here at the end of the video. So 200 likes, and I will grind this account up, and you get another Evil Eye video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye, friends.